What's up, guys? It's Michael here. Today we're going to cover the topic, the decline of crypto, and we're going to look at when cryptocurrency crashes, how does it happen, what to expect, and what type of investments out there are changing the game. So before I cover more in depth in this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and let's get back into it. So as you know, during a pandemic, cryptocurrency was a really interesting type of investment. It went up for a while. It went up, during back around 2011 when Bitcoin was getting popular. It kept going up, and more currencies came out, and people were buying so much of it to the point when it hit during the pandemic, people needed their money. So we got two major companies, and it's really unregulated. There's a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing is you don't really have government intervention, finding out your money where it is and trying to tax the crap out of you. That's why CPAs are there for, my guy. If you want to save some money, that's what they're literally there for. So using your own way to cheat or have someone who specializes in saving your money by avoiding it instead of invading the legal way. Spend that little money to save a lot more. Or, risk all your money in Celsius voyage and have the company foreclose and you lose all your money. So, for example, those two companies, it was over speculated. You had not enough government intervention in that specific case. So in that case, they had too many people withdrawing money. They couldn't make money, and they closed, and yada yada yada. A lot of crap came up. People who have their money in there just basically lost it all. So that's why in this finance investment channel, before you invest and put your money into something, always do your own diligence. I'm just a financial YouTuber speaking random shit out of my mouth, and just remember, always do your due diligence on whether or not you should put your money into something. Don't listen to me. Do your own research. But looking at crypto currently was going up during the pandemic. It went up again, and all suddenly 2022 happened. Because after pandemic, it's still going up, and also 2020, And now you gotta look at crypto. Now to understand why does it fluctuate so crazy and so volatile, you gotta look at the history of it. So breaking down is looking at cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? So it's a blockchain network. It's a form of currency that involves being in a virtual space. So the best example is look at things like Dogecoin, Bitcoin, or people who are gamers. You can look like Genshin Impact or Punishing Grey Raven. If you look at those two, those are technically have something called a digital currency inside a game. It's not physical. You cannot hold it. It's inside a game. So since it is not a physical currency, you have something called algorithms to solve encryptions, 256-bit encryptions. So when you saw these encryptions, they do transactions, and also is a decentralized system. So keep that term in mind, decentralized. So that's why it made cryptocurrencies so popular. It made it so popular as decentralized, it caused a lot of major issues. One, first of all, government don't like it if they can't tax the crap out of you. But number two, since the government can't tax the crap out of you, they can't regulate you. Meaning, in number two, people can scam you a lot easier. But to understand the simplest way to sum it up between cryptocurrency and another payment method is whether a physical currency is better than a digital currency. Digital currency can be controlled, in this case, can be hacked, but physical currency can be validated by the bank. It can be validated by the government. What is legit currency? You don't have money coming in that's illegal or dirty money being made clean. So there's good and there's bad. Will digital cryptocurrency ever replace physical assets? In my opinion, no, it will not. So crypto is a really highly volatile currency, no duh. But you look at stocks back in the day, during their fluctuation, crypto can be as fast as stocks. It can go up and down. But now stocks has become more stable because more people start to understand it. There's more people going into the space, and there is actual physical usage for stocks. People can look into it. When they have a stock, they can speculate a company, whether or not it's going to do well or do horrible. Crypto, on the other hand, does not do that. That's one big difference. But they correlate pretty close to each other. Keep that in mind, correlate. When I mention this, I'm going to mention something really interesting that I accidentally found out from one of these online websites doing comparative analysis, compare currencies and physical assets. And it actually struck me. It actually decided to make me think differently. How do I invest? I'm still probably going to keep my own investment strategies the same, but I won't go as, all in. But looking at the cryptocurrency, going on to our topic, please like, share, and subscribe. And during the pandemic, crypto was booming because able to make income. So why crypto was so popular during the pandemic? Because look at a GPU shortage. When GPU shortage came out, and the reason why people bought that all out is the mining cryptocurrency is going up. Now currency is now dropping, GPUs are now more in stock, and a lot of people are dumping them. So that's a case that literally killed cryptocurrency. But why did it drop? So there's multiple factor reasons. One, China banned cryptocurrency, and I'm not getting into anything political, but China banned cryptocurrency. As for the political part, you guys can figure it out on your own. So that's being banned. What do people over there do to use to make money? They move all their GPU mining factories out to other countries like Russia, Europe, United States, Canada, anywhere else that's not banned, basically. And it's better for them, whatever revenue they're trying to generate. So since China goes offline and now people move to other places, that made a little scare in the crypto market. But it's not enough because right now it's 2022. 2022 is when it took the dip. In 2021, it was showing signs of it weakening. But why? So inflation started to take effect on crypto, meaning too many people believed in it. Has it have any value? Well, so far in, the real world, the physical world, I haven't seen any use for crypto. Like besides Bitcoin, you can take it out of actual Bitcoin, but can you use to buy you necessities to live every day, such as food, water, maybe some type of electronics? Can you walk in store and physically use a Bitcoin? The answer is still no. Same with Dogecoin. The answer is still no. You cannot use it because no one has accepted it yet because it's such a volatile asset. When you see other people like Elon Musk saying to use it, keep that in mind. He's not your financial officer, and I'm not your financial officer. And if you want to go find one, go look for one, but always do your own due diligence on researching investment strategies on your own. Take my words with a grain of salt. Always look it up yourself and get help from an actual professional, not from me. The only thing you should do for me is click the like button down below and the subscribe button. But to keep this on going, so what is really interesting is crypto is no longer immune to falls and gains like stock, currencies like high yield bonds and commodities. So meaning is people thought cryptocurrency will be a really stable currency, but that will not happen. Crypto is super volatile because as I mentioned earlier, it cannot replace physical money. Never will. I doubt it will be. If that day happens, then you can look at the time when cryptocurrency was banned in China. They try to make all their place all digitalized currency. Look how that's going. But you gotta look at it, how the stocks correlate with cryptocurrency, and how does that correlate with the United States dollar? Remember I mentioned correlate? So here's the big talk right here. So before the recession and crypto is going down, you've noticed one thing. I couldn't figure it out until one of these platforms actually figure out why does cryptocurrency drop. It's like I mentioned before, how people invest in stocks, all of a sudden it dips. Same with the housing market dips, but it comes back up stronger before. Because one thing I didn't think about for cryptocurrency, there is a history of it. In history, when you look at a graph, you need something to compare it to. So I found on his website, I'm pretty sure other YouTubers used it. It was a history taken by TradingView, created by Trading Shot. So tradingview.com made by Trading Shot. And I'll post it right here over the B-roll. There's a graph of three currencies. How do they relate to each other? So this most likely shows a history. So keep that in mind that people cannot tell the future. You cannot tell how the market is going to do. You can only speculate how it's going to do. But you never know for certain. It's never guaranteed. But what you can do is look back in the past, connect the dots, like what Steve Jobs said. Cannot see the future, but you can see in the past and connect the dots together and see what that path take you. Was it good? Was it bad? It really depends on you. But in this case, for cryptocurrency, it's only about a little bit more than a decade, around decade-ish. So you look at a history. So green stands for a rise. Red stands for the fall of the currency, and yellow stands for stagnate, meaning it didn't really go anywhere. It just basically stayed flat. So green up, red down, yellow flat. And this mainly looks at cryptocurrency. So you look at all these years, there are three things being compared. One, the orange line is cryptocurrency in general, overall. So mainly you can look at the main two, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. You look at the other line, which is blue. The blue, they are stocks. So you look at S&P 500, those are stocks. So cryptocurrency, stocks relate really close to each other, as you can see on this graph. Third one is pretty interesting. This is the one I never thought of. The United States dollar, DXY. Why is the United States dollar included to this? And I was really surprised because I thought I knew most of the financial stuff already. Most of the common stuff, a little bit more difficult stuff. But it's pretty simple. Once you know it, it doesn't really change. But in this graph, it shows during the times when Bitcoin goes up, the American dollar goes down and stocks go up too. That's how I noticed it was correlating because they took data from the previous time for the past 10 years because that's when cryptocurrency really made its big shot. But when it turned red, meaning when Bitcoin went down or stocks went down or stagnated, the interesting part, as I mentioned, correlation, the United States dollar went up. So when you look at that back and forth and you look at yellow, United States dollar stagnated, it's pretty interesting, meaning it didn't go anywhere. So people, as I mentioned before, do not like uncertainties. So when American dollar stagnated, sometimes stocks went up, sometimes crypto stagnated, sometimes it went down. So that one is kind of an if-if situation. But the most interesting part, people, they say on this graph, he said, hey, Michael, but you look at 2021. When the United States dollar went up, stocks went up. That is because, you think about it, 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022, within that 2-year time frame, the United States, remember what we all got? If you still haven't claimed this right now, please watch the video on stimulus checks. But yeah, stimulus checks. Stimulus checks, a lot of people got pumped in a lot of money. And what did they do with that money? They went to go buy stocks. And that's when the dollar went up too, because a lot of people got a lot of money, which is in dollars, and became stronger. And as you see, Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency went down. That was the only exception within that trend of 10 years, which is really interesting. And what's even more interesting, when cryptocurrency went down and stocks went up and the dollar went up, one more thing, the United States dollar. There's one graph. I'm not sure it's almost accurate. I believe is the United States dollar used to be stronger than the euro, but that was over 10 years ago. And now in 2022, during the time I'm recording this video, the United States dollar actually got really close and maybe even a little bit higher. I could be wrong. I didn't check on the graph, but I heard about it. The United States dollar caught up with the euro again, meaning the United States dollar got stronger. Since it got stronger, as you notice on this graph, cryptocurrency went down. That was never ever the case. Maybe give it like another decade or like half a decade, maybe that might happen. But so far, based on history, connecting the dots together, every time cryptocurrency goes up, the dollar gets weakened. Cryptocurrency goes down, the dollar goes up. And the same with stocks. Stocks is mainly reflecting on cryptocurrency. Stocks is like the first thing people would pick before crypto. Put it that way. You got option 1, you got option 2. You want to split up your portfolio, then you don't throw in any stocks, you throw some in the crypto too. But what makes it really interesting is the United States dollar, when it gets stronger, meaning when it catches up to the euro, meaning people find something different to invest. It tells you a couple stories within the dollar, meaning people don't like to invest. Meaning, how do I put it this way? When people put a trust in one thing, they throw all their money in there. They don't diversify. That's why you notice that when the dollar gets stronger, oh my god, everyone's like, dollars get stronger, I better hog my money, throw it in the bank instead. Investing in stocks and crypto, forget it. No need. The only exception is when I got my stimulus check and didn't know what to do with it. So I did bought some Louis Vuittons instead. And maybe throw some in stocks. Forget crypto though, because crypto's dying. But in that case, you notice that people don't really have a trust in the currency. Like if crypto goes up, the dollar weakens, which is everyone's like, oh, let's dip. It's basically like you look at a mentality, like a horde or crowd mentality. One person does one thing and everyone follows. They never ask the right questions, which is really interesting when you look at this graph. You think about why did crypto go and dollar went down? Why don't they both go up the same together? Or if it stagnates, why don't they both stagnate together? Because it is how people invest. It's basically your job is to think outside a crowd and don't invest like 95% of the people. Invest like the top 5%. Don't be 95% of the population. Like the United States dollar went down, everyone suddenly just jumped to crypto. Or the crypto suddenly went down, so everyone starts selling. And now everyone just decided to hoard a bunch of cash at hand. This is what this graph was showing. A lot of people didn't notice. Besides, showing a trend of which one goes up and down, it also tells a story of what people do when they're investing. They invest in a panic. They invest on emotions. They don't really stick with the trend. They don't look at the history. So when I see this graph, it's history, what people think. It tells a really deep story. Maybe I missed something on this video, on this graph. Let me know in the comments down below. So that's it for crypto and why crypto crashes. So I'm gonna post a video to follow up for this one, current with cryptocurrency. When cryptocurrency goes up, I'm going to actually take a look at the dollar because this actually intrigued me a lot. So this is gonna end of the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on my channel. Peace.